Hi. Welcome back to our second episode in our three-part series on middle school readiness. And today we're really going to be talking about why do smart kids, like on paper, this child looks ready, they've gotten straight A's. Why do they suddenly struggle when they get to middle school? And today we're going to be talking all about what does that look like in terms of their executive functioning. So this could mean you've had a child who clearly understands the work, but like they're struggling to stay on task, to turn things in on time, stay organized. And they're suddenly struggling. It's not like they've always struggled, it's like a shift. So, Amanda, when we think about executive functioning, can you tell us what exactly does that mean?
All right, so executive functioning, I would organize it into 5 different buckets. You've got planning and organization and time management and prioritization and task initiation, meaning like, can you start the thing? So like, none of these are things that you can like buy at Target. Like you can't buy the ability to plan. You can't buy the ability to organize or manage your time or prioritize. So like, these are school supplies that you cannot purchase. You have to teach them. And middle school success in a huge way depends on building independence with all of these executive functioning things. So in middle school, in elementary school, kids like borrow a lot of executive functioning from adults. Like we do all of that for them. We do a lot of that for them, and like maybe there's some independent scaffolding, but by and large, like in elementary school, kids are not expected to have or use any kind of executive functioning skill. But in middle school, there is a huge change because all of the sudden, in middle school, adults are no longer providing that executive functioning for them to borrow. They are on their own in a lot of ways, and it's kind of like a quick turnaround. So yeah, like they're not like totally dumped out, like thrown in the deep end. But like in a big way, like it is a very sudden shift. In like elementary school, my executive functioning abilities did not really matter much. My time management, my organization, my prioritization, I didn't really have to have those executive functioning skills. Whereas in middle school, all of a sudden, I kind of need those things to be successful. So that's what executive functioning is. It's your planning, it's your organization, it's your time management, it's your prioritization, it's your task initiation. You can't buy any of those things at Target. Those are skills that have to be taught.
So what is it like fundamentally about middle school that really exposes these gaps, that shows us that like our young people don't have these skills? Like, what is it about like this particular like social incubator of middle school that
and like
does that?
Different transition, this new building, this new environment? It's like literally every single aspect of middle school that is going to demand executive functioning skills from your kid. The fact that they have multiple teachers. Those multiple teachers will have different expectations. Mm-hmm. They might have different rules. It is now, and all of those teachers are going to be giving them different deadlines. They are going to be in 8 different classrooms every day. In one classroom, the calendar is over here. In another classroom, the calendar is over there. Classroom number 3 doesn't even have a calendar of assignments. So multiple teachers, changing classrooms, changing environments, and all those teachers have different ways of doing their job. Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to navigate your way through all of it. And that's like just the tip of the iceberg. Kids have the whole building to manage. We're no longer walking in lines, being led like little ducklings from one room to another. Now the bell rings and just chaos. And it's timed chaos. You have 4 minutes, 5 minutes to remember what class you have next. Do I need to go to my locker? Do I have the materials for that class? What is that teacher's name? Do I remember my assigned seat? in that class? Do I remember my locker combination? Do I remember how to open my locker? To like right, left, past the first number, and then back right? Like, it is insane. It is like the transition is like quite significant, and success in all of these requires executive functioning skills. So like middle school is going to expose all of these gaps in any executive functioning skill because every single aspect of middle school requires executive functioning to be successful.
Why do you think that like a lack of these executive functioning skills you can practice, skills you can teach, skills you can model, why do you think sometimes we see that gap and we think this student is lazy?
Or like they don't know what they're doing.
Right,
Yeah.
or like they don't care.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think that gap in perception exists for adults?
Okay, so let's say a kid forgot their homework or like lost their homework or didn't do their homework. You can assume all of those negative things. But what if that homework was from the class where the teacher doesn't have a calendar of homework? What if that homework was from a class where the teacher mentioned the homework at the beginning of class but forgot to mention it at the end of class? What if you have A-B schedules and I packed my A-day bag, but I have my B-day classes? What if the teacher told me I have the homework and I was like, okay, I'm going to write that down when I get to my next class. And then you don't write it down when you get to your next class. And then out of sight, out of mind, or like it's in my locker and I forgot to go to my locker during transition. So like lost homework, missing homework, not doing homework, there's like half a dozen reasons why that could happen. And all of those reasons are connected to executive functioning skill. Like, or if a kid procrastinates, that's time management. Oh, like you said, this assignment is due in a week. I don't need to do it today. This assignment is due in 5 days. That's not right now. That assignment is due tomorrow. That is still not right now. So like procrastination is just like a kid's concept of time. Time management is literally just a kid's concept of time. For so many people, you know, like you could tell me we're going to dinner in an hour and I'm like, oh, well, that's not right now. I don't need to be ready to go to dinner because that's in an hour. That's not now. Why would I get ready now? So like their whole sense of time and like the passage of time and planning and how fast things happen, they could just be disorganized. Like maybe they have their homework, but it's shoved in the bottom of their backpack and they don't know it's there. The homework could be done, wadded in a ball in the bottom of their backpack. Totally plausible.
Like they put it in the backpack, but they didn't put it in a folder. And then they put their soccer shoes in that same backpack and it shoved the homework down. It got all, yes.
Yeah, or math homework went in the Spanish folder. That is all just organization.
Yep.
So all of these struggles can be seen as laziness, self-deficits, like that kid's dumb, they don't know what they're doing. But these are actually skill deficits. They can all be traced back to executive functioning skills, which literally every aspect of middle school is going to challenge a kid's executive functioning skills, and it's demanding, and it happens quickly from June to September. It happens quickly.